Last but not least in TV and film, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. James Gunn is a god. Okay? Okay. This is why this was the Marvel movie where I was like, I don't care about reviews. I'm just going to check this out because I trust this man. And I was right to trust this man. It goes to show how great these movies can be when you actually let the artists work and aren't just rushing everything like they have been for the past few years. This trumps Captain America as the best trilogy in the MCU for me, and just might make Guardians of the Galaxy um, just the best comic book trilogy in general, if not one of the best trilogies of all time, outside of comic book movies.
Oh wow.
It tells a story of abuse through the eyes of Rocket Raccoon and sends a strong message against animal abuse. PETA calls Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 the best animal rights film of the year. They,
Oh wow.
they say that it helped audiences see animals as individuals and suggests that just because we can experiment on them doesn't mean we should.
Right.
The High Evolutionary, played by Chakudi Owuji, is an amazing villain who they don't for a second attempt to try and make you sympathize with him. He's just a horrible abuser who needs to be taken down. And there's a decent amount of action, but I feel like not as much action as usual. But there is this one long, one shot action scene that is breathtaking. It's gorgeous with a great song playing in the background. James Gunn is known for using a lot of licensed music in his movies, and he has some great taste in music. I've been listening to the soundtrack like all week. I saw it twice, by the way.
Oh wow.
I saw it Thursday it came out, and then I saw it Sunday after that. Was it We also get some great endings to the arcs of all the other Guardians as well. Not just Rocket, even though he is like the main focus. Um, Will Poulter's Adam Warlock was great, and I'm interested in seeing more of him, but he was underutilized. Honestly, they could have played more with the similarities between him and Rocket, because he's kind of like, in a lot of ways, he was also kind of created by the High Evolutionary like Rocket was, and is going through I feel like a similar life. So I don't know. I feel like they could have played with that a little bit more, but
Gotcha.
the movie was still good despite it. So a lot of people have been like trepidatious about James Gunn taking over the DCEU and writing and directing the next Superman film that will be kickstarting that new universe for DC live action films. Not even just live action; they will also be incorporating animation as well as TV shows into this new DC universe. But in an interview on the press tour for Guardians 3, James Gunn said something that I feel like should let everyone know that he'll make a great Superman movie. He said, I always hope for one thing when people go to see my movies. I hope that people love the person next to them a little bit more than they did when they first walked in. That maybe they feel a little more hopeful about what this world can be. And, and this is what superheroes represent for me, and this is what Superman represents above all else. So I have complete confidence in his ability to make a really good Superman movie. And I feel like people see like his more kind of movies that are more comedy focused and have a lot of crude humor and like gratuitous violence and assume that that's all he can do. Like he can't not make a movie with that stuff. Like of course he can. He
Yeah.
he's made movies for Disney. Like if he can work within those restrictions, he can make a good Superman movie. But there was an F bomb in this movie that was so surprising and
Oh wow.
made a joke hit so much harder because they don't say the F bomb in Marvel movies. This was the first time.
Ever?
Yes.
Wow.
They just let him, and it was one, just one. And I was just like, I was not expecting that. Oh my God. It came out of nowhere. But yeah, that's all I got for TV and film. Guardians of the Galaxy is great. If you were to watch any Marvel movies, I would suggest watching the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. They're great.